Hey everybody. Let's see if we're live on LinkedIn. Are we live? Can you hear me? Well, live? I think I'm live, right? Somehow it doesn't show me this. Oh, okay. YouTube works. Hey. Hello. Jayanth. Hello. Okay. All right. So, although LinkedIn is a bit strange, I hope it works on LinkedIn. Somehow I can't really see if people starting. Okay. Hey, Gate. Hello. Yeah, so today is a stream where I want to talk about coaching. I want to talk about becoming a data engineer, getting better as a data engineer, and switching to data engineering. You know I have an academy, hopefully. So for a long time I have a data engineering academy. Taught over 2,000 students so far. Data engineering, and now we're moving not just as a self-service, we are moving towards coaching. And I actually set this live. Okay, I get a few people on LinkedIn here. Hello to Canada. Hey, Mohammed, also it works. All right, watching from LinkedIn. Nice. Yeah, so the idea is I want to chat with you. I want to show you around what we're doing in the coaching and answer your questions. That's the thing. That's the theme of today. What problems do you have? Have you seen my academy? Have you seen the coaching? And let me talk a bit about it. And if you want roadmaps and so on. By the way, what we've just done, let me share this before we go into this. We actually... I'm sure you have seen my data engineering cookbook. I'm talking about this lately a bit more. Now, we have the cookbook here. We have the cookbook on GitHub. That's a free cookbook for data engineering where I put in stuff all the time. Basically, there's a section. Let me make it a bit bigger. There's a section for basic engineering skills, introduction stuff, advanced engineering, hands-on tutorials that I found, a few case studies, best practices, data sources. If you want to build your project, find data sources. I just put in more interview questions. So I want to fill this to 1,001 interview questions, at least recommended books, courses, podcasts, and so on, and basically updates. And you can contribute to this whenever you want. It's on GitHub, but what I've done is when you now go to cookbook.learndataengineering.com, then you can actually get to the cookbook and you can read it here and have it as a website. So on the left is the navigation and on the right is the fine navigation for the individual pieces in each. So in the introduction, you could go in here and you can, let me make this a bit bigger. And you could actually then look here into roadmap for data analysts, and then you get into the roadmap for data analysts, and check out the roadmaps that I built: data analysts, data scientists, software engineers, and so on. Hey Mirko, hi. So that's so much about that. So cookbook, let me post this in the chat actually. That is something that I've just built. So we had this before, but it's been a while. It wasn't updated, and now I finally got it back to updating again. So let's dive into the whole coaching stuff. If you went on my website and if you follow me on LinkedIn, you might have seen that we're moving back towards coaching, or reintroduce the coaching again. Right? So how does that work? we have two things on learndataengineering.com. So when you go on here, that's right now we have 30% discount for the whole July. I extended this from last month because we're celebrating 2,000 students. So that's one thing. So if you want to join the academy, now's the time to actually do this. The idea with the academy is it's self-paced. You can come in. It's over 30 courses. It's over 500. I think it's even over 600 video lessons, but 500 looks better. And you can choose between, you want to have 12 months or do you want to have unlimited access. And while you have access, you always get the newest courses and stuff from us. So let me quickly say hey to Haranesh, to India, and someone from Brazil here as well. Hey Sandra, hi. So that is one thing. I've ran this as at the academy. I'm doing for a long time now, but I want to give more value to people, right? And for a while, I think I last did this 2 years ago. I had a coaching program where individual students can come on, or people can come on, and they learn their way of becoming a data engineer or getting better as a data engineer. And the last one was 3 months and was just with me. I saw that 3 months basically is not enough time. So now what we're doing is we are doing a 6 months personal coaching here. So when you come on, you get 6 months of support from us. As I wrote here, perfect for transitioning into data engineering. So a lot of people that come from data analysts, data scientists, and so on, they want to move into the space or want to become a data engineer. That's for you. If you are a data engineer already and you want to become a senior data engineer and learn more stuff, we support you with that. Or if you are a scientist and you need to integrate engineering practices in your job, that's the thing. So basically that's the goal. This is not for super beginners. This is not for somebody who can't code. You should be able to code. You should be able to have knowledge in SQL and work with relational databases. And of course, it's helpful if you have a bit of knowledge. So not for super beginners. What we do is basically, and let me just jump in this. So this is something, there's no, I don't want to do a boot camp. This is not a cohort style thing. You can jump on anytime you want. That was very important for me, that if you are interested in this, you can jump on and then the 6 months are going. And you don't have to wait for this to start. So the idea with this is, should I make this even bigger? Let me see. I can even make this bigger. So the idea with this is we help you set your goals of what to do. Then once we understand, okay, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? For instance, how we do this a lot is you give us you create a CV. And we have, of course, in the Academy, successful job application where you can create your CV. You send us this, and you send us 3 jobs that you want to get into. Plus, as a let's say as a free text where you can add your goals as well. And from this, we are going to help you build a custom learning plan with all the courses in our academy, where you can then say, okay, these are the individual steps for you that you need to take. This is from the basics, learning individual tools, then building a whole 1 or 2 projects, depending on how much you want to do, building whole projects on these courses. And then you document these. We help you with the documentation. As I said, we have templates for this. You create the GitHub documentation. We give you feedback. We give you tips what to do, what to add more, where to get better. And then we help you create your CV. So the first CV is just, this doesn't need to be perfect. This is just for us. So that basically when I go through this, I need to understand, okay, where you're coming from, what skills do you have? And so I can understand what things of the academy you need. And then we help you create the CVs. You create the CV. We give you tips what to do, how to make this better, what not to put in, and so on. That's so right. That's any questions so far, guys? I'm sorry, I need to drink something. Any questions so far? Let me know. By the way, who's already in the academy? Is somebody here from the academy? Post a 1 in the chat if you're already in the academy. It would be interesting to see if somebody joined, actually, because I sent out an email about this. And so post in the chat if you're coming from the academy and if you're already in the academy. Yeah. Let's see. It always takes a bit. I'm always very, what's the right word? I want to see the results always immediately. I'm very impatient, but when I talk here, there's always a delay between me talking and me asking a question and stuff's coming in. Okay, a few people are here. Hey, cool. LinkedIn user. Unfortunately, I can't see your name. I'm guessing you have it private. Here. Oh yeah. Okay, that name I'm totally going to mess up. Tim is very easy. Hey Tim, welcome. Hope you have fun in the academy. Somebody else. I'm very sorry. I'm 100% going to mess up your name, so I'm not going to try to mess them up. Yeah, welcome. Cool that you found your way here. Pratik says content is very good. Thanks, Pratik. Yeah, I'm currently working also on another course, but that's for the next live stream. That's not for today. So great that you're here. So let me share the screen again. So the idea with this, right? Very often when you do stuff on education-wise, you do this as an online course, you do this as a training that goes a week or 2 weeks. You very often do boot camps, right? These are the 3 things that you do very often. But for me, and when I did the coaching, what people liked is that these are things that are very quick. Very often, for instance, in the boot camps, there are a lot of people in the boot camps, 30, 40, 50 people or more in the boot camp. So how much actual help can you get, right? How personalized can this be? Most likely not a lot, right? So what I'm doing is, or what we are doing is, this is going to be personal mentoring, right? So we're going to have sessions. You can come to the sessions. You can ask any question you have. The wrong camera. This is the right camera. You can ask any question you have. We're going to answer them for you. If it's too complicated, or if sometimes I don't know stuff, and I have a few coaches that will help you. We're going to come to that in a second. Sometimes they don't know something. It's completely normal. We're going to take it back with us and then talk about it and then find it out, and then we're going to send you the information or the details about this. So this is long-term coaching. This is for 6 months coaching. You can come every week to us, and we're going to help you, and you can book your sessions. This will have, everybody who joins will have lifetime access to the academy. That's an added bonus, I would say. Right now the academy is $400 alone. That's an added bonus for this. So this way your access will never expire, even after the 6 months, 12 months, 2 years. Project documentation reviews we're doing CV assistance. These are live sessions. This is not recorded. For the recorded stuff, we have the academy that you have access to. And then we are going to have our private Discord. We have a Discord channel for the academy, and we have then in there private channels for the academy students. I see a few comments here. Do you focus on all cloud platforms? Yes, we're doing all cloud platforms. We're doing AWS, we're doing Azure, we're doing GCP right now. We are actually redoing the AWS course because I didn't like this, and some students had problems with it here and there. So we're almost ready for the actual finding all the errors, and now then I'm going to re-record it. And with the Academy, basically how the Academy works is we have our different, as I said, we have the basics, we have platform pipeline design. That's also something a lot of people talk about in the coaching, platform pipeline design, which is one of my favorite things. And then we have AWS, Azure, GCP. We have more data warehousing, data lakes. That's basically a lakehouse project with AWS, with GCP. That's two. We have machine learning and containerization on AWS, and so on. So we have a lot of stuff like all three platforms: Spark, Kafka, Airflow, MongoDB, Fast API, InfluxDB, Databricks, Snowflake, dbt. Basically, I'm always saying we basically have everything you need. That's it. Of course, we're going to add always more. So that was one of the questions. You should start a podcast. I have a podcast. We actually even have a YouTube channel for this. Let me bring this up. Whoops. One sec. Here. One sec. Come on. YouTube.com. And that's called Plumbers of Data Science. Here. That's our Plumbers of Data Science podcast. It's like here. So we have new episodes every Monday and every Friday. So tomorrow is going to come a new episode. You can listen to this you can go here, or you can listen to this. You find this on Spotify. You find this on Apple and so on. So Plumbers of Data Science podcast. I think we should add the links here to the other platforms, actually. But let's say you press here on this. I think here you're going to find the links to the podcast, right? So here. Oh no, that's for becoming a guest. I was on all platforms here. Right? So that's so much about this. Podcast. Do we get access for Sandbox after enrolling the course? So the thing is, and I have been talking with my students very often. I'm talking with my students very often about this. You need to set up your own platforms. So most of the things that we're doing, like Spark, learning Spark, Kafka, MongoDB, APIs, and so on, Elasticsearch, that is all Dockerized environments. These are all Dockerized environments. You download the image, you run this on your computer, done. Of course. Then you have the cloud platform like AWS, Azure, GCP, where or Databricks and Snowflake, you need to create your own accounts there, because otherwise the whole working with access rights and so on, and for me to keep actually track of who's doing what, it will get very complicated. But all these platforms have free tiers, so it's basically free for you to do this. It's absolutely no harm. One thing that you need to take care of is setting alarms, like on AWS, setting billing alarms, because I think one thing, what did they take out of the free tier? They took something out of the free tier, and that's basically $2-3 a month that you have to spend on. So that's something that you need to do. Interested in applying data engineering to building automation systems? Very cool. We're going to do a project on this in the fall. Nice. Do this. There's also something we can do in the coaching. These things, like working around, okay, which finding out which tools do you need, because the jobs that you want to get into, that you want to go to, use them, and then build projects around this with data. Will there be a discount if you have already paid for lifetime access to the cat? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. There you will get you will only pay the difference. So yes, of course, that is a big thing. So if you paid annual, or if you paid unlimited, this will get deducted from the end. Just get in touch with me. I think we have. Don't we have here? Let me quickly see. Yeah, just send me a question or message me on. Send me the details here on through hello@learndataengineering.com, and we're going to quickly look at your user, make sure that you actually paid, and then we're going to send you a discount coupon. It's no problem. It's absolutely no problem. Yeah. So let me. What do we have? Interested in applying data engineering to building automation systems? No, I already read this here. Will there be a coaching? No, I already read this. Sorry. What about training for data architects? Well, architecture, I don't have a separate course in the academy, or like I don't advertise this as, okay, becoming a data architect. But let's say in the coaching, your goal is to become a data architect. Then the goal would be, through the coaching, of trying to figure out projects that you can build. Like, what are the use cases? What goals do these people have? What data do these people have? And then architecting the platforms and maybe building one or two. I think that's something you can very easily do through the coaching. I have a lot of knowledge in this, so on board. Actually, it's me. I'm going to do sessions. Arokia is going to do sessions. Arokia has actually been one of my coaching students a few years back. He's having his own, or he's running his own company. He's a specialist for data migration, for instance. Eka, I actually need to take off the site. Unfortunately, she doesn't have time because she has a large project coming up right now. And then I have Santiago, who actually through the academy made the switch a few years back from medical doctor to actually data engineer, and he's working at FANG right now, or with the FANG company. So that's basically the idea. That's how this works, right? You're going to book sessions with me, you're going to book sessions with Arokia and Santiago, and we're going to help you through this, get you up to speed, as well as with architecture, because also Arokia and Santiago have a lot of knowledge in architecture, because they're working with many companies, and Arokia is doing a lot of freelancing stuff through his company, a lot of consulting. So these are, I made a list here for the actual tools that we use all the time in the coaching program and have used. This is a list of like what have people done before I stopped the coaching. Like, I had people from all over the place. I had people from Canada, from the US, from UK, Netherlands, Germany, France, Abu Dhabi, Russia, India, Australia, basically all over the world. I had students, and these are the few jobs that they've done. And I think a few you can actually click here where you can look at this. Right now, this is with German VAT. Right now, the coaching is basically $1,500. If you already paid $399 for the unlimited, you can upgrade for the difference. Or if you paid now this month $220, you can always upgrade for the rest. We have a big FAQ section in here. Basically, how does the coaching work? How do the Zoom calls work? If we record the sessions, and so on and so on. So I'm super excited to start this again and be helping you again in a more one-on-one manner, where we're going to keep the sessions small. That's why I hire other coaches as well, so that we have up to 5-6 people's max in the coaching sessions. And this way, we can spend actually time with you, and we can give you one-on-one help instead of just sending you through a standardized curriculum and taking your money. So that, I think that's for me very, very important, that it will help you as much and as best as possible. So another question was here about some standard. Also interested in how standards like ISA 62443 apply to the different layers in data engineering. What's ISA? ISA 62443. What's that? Cybersecurity. Okay. I don't have that much stuff, prepared stuff in the academy for this. Well, security, of course, you need to use security if you build platforms. But like specifically for this, I don't have something. That's like, I don't have something for this. Yeah. More questions, guys. I have 35 more minutes. I planned this for an hour. So this is how what we're doing. This is how the coaching works. You can jump in, come by. We're going to give you the best help you can get. Follow Arokia and Santiago here on LinkedIn. And if we have more students, I'm going to either Eka has time at some point, or I'm going to add more trainers to this. Yeah, I think this is a solid help of basically focusing on the topics that you have, or the problems that you have, and finding out where's the stuff that you actually need to improve. I have many, I had students before in the coaching or coachees who were in the job, and they actually had problems at work where we were talking in the coaching sessions. Okay, you could from a design wise side, you could change this, you could add this tool here, you could look into observability, that you find errors quickly, into logging and so on, and basically improving people's lives. Are you looking for other data engineering coaches? Right now, not. Tim. Right now, I have two. These are enough. And I need to, I don't expect to get 50 students right away. This is something that I want to grow over time and get more and more. And so that whenever we see that we can't spend enough time with you because there are too many people, we're going to add more coaches. But I think that's not for some time. We not asked any additional promo offer today on top of you're already offering. No, let's face it. For 6 months of coaching, $1,500 is super cheap. Other people take this for a 6 weeks boot camp, right? So it's super cheap. And to get any more discount on this, then at some point it doesn't make sense for me anymore to do this, because these coaches, they're not doing this out of for nothing or for just for fun. I also want to pay them, right? Because people doing this, and they spend their time, they spend time on people, helping them to grow, and that's so it's super cheap. Let's face it. Yeah, so there's going to be no deal. But again, if you want to just the academy, we have a super deal right now. 30% off right now. For the for the where's the academy gone? Where's the image gone? The website here. So just for the academy, if you want to join the academy, and remember these are because we have 19% sales tax here in Germany. So it's 220 for 12 months access to the complete academy. We have basic courses, again, with Python, SQL courses coming out in 2 weeks. We have a lot of hands-on stuff, hands-on example projects. We have an associate data engineer certification. I do office hours, not enough, I have to admit, because somehow people don't like these. I don't know when I do office hours, almost nobody joins, so I'm not doing them that much. You can get, if you're joining here right now, this again, 12 months, unlimited access is actually $3.99. Again, the sales tax in Germany, Again, the sales tax in Germany is actually messing this up. So you just select here, one-time payment, 3 months of payment plan, and then that's it. And you can upgrade at any time to the coaching as well. So that's the thing right now. Let me see, more questions. Missed the first part. Is this recorded? Of course. This is going to go. We're live on YouTube as well. So go to my Andreas Kretz YouTube channel, and there you're going to find it. Let me quickly go there. One sec. Here. So if you go to my Andreas Kretz YouTube channel, here we're actually live here, and then it's going to be here in the live section. This is where this will live, and this is where you can watch the complete recording of this, get any detail from it. That's the idea. So yeah, it's thanks, Tim. Yeah, it's a big investment. Also, like that I do here and that the coaches do, because as I said, I don't want to do another program. I'm going to try this. If nobody gets this, I know I had almost 50 coaching students before we stopped this a few years back. But if people don't like this anymore, I completely understand. But then I would maybe do a boot camp. But I don't want to do a boot camp style, because I like these boot camps that are always the same, that are going to teach everybody the same thing. That for me, I don't want to do this. Is there an employment guarantee? What if you're still not employed after the 6 months coaching? Then you're bad luck. It's bad luck. Jim, I need to say this way. I actually recorded a whole podcast on the. Did we already send this out here? I actually recorded a whole podcast on this topic. Are job guarantees a scam? We published this 5 days ago. It's 10 minutes long. The gist of it is, I see job guarantees only if you're doing some kind of a special training that trains you for a specific job. Not just data engineering is very broad, right? Is a very broad topic with a lot of directions, and so I feel it's a scam for this. On the other way, if you say I make a I'm attending a training as a fireman, right? As a fireman, this is the training, and then the company who's doing the training for the firemen are in contact with fire stations that they're going to place you. This makes sense, but it's for data engineer where the jobs are super different. That it doesn't make sense. What I'm going to try though, because we know you, Jim, right? If you join the coaching, we know what you're capable of. We can help you build the CV. We can help you build the documentation. We can try to get in touch with companies that are actually searching for data engineers and trying to replace you. But for everybody, like a guarantee, that doesn't make sense, because it's too I feel like this is disingenuous. The Academy has basically has the same curriculum, the same homework stuff, the same teaching stuff as the coaching, but the coaching has the additional thing that you have every week. You can have support from us, live support. We can also like build or brainstorm ideas. You can listen in what other students are working on, what problems they have. That's the real added benefit of the coaching, that you have somebody who can actually lead you through this. And if you get stuck, send us on the Discord, for instance, a message, and then we're going to debug this. We're going to help you, and this way you're going to very quickly get unstuck. That's also one of the main things for the coaches, to get you unstuck, to get you new ideas. But again, also the coaching sessions, these are not debugging sessions. Maybe at the end somebody can stay on and can help. We can help with debugging, but these are more focused on answering your questions. Because what I learned in my older sessions is it's very unfair to other people if you have somebody there that has a problem and then you're doing a 20-minute debugging session where 50% of the other people there are completely uninterested in, and they're waiting for their turn, and I think that's very unfair. Which are the prerequisites to enter the mentor sessions? As I said, there are not a lot of prerequisites. What I want you to have is, I want you to have basic Python knowledge. You need to have knowledge in a coding language. It would be good if you have some kind of software development knowledge. And then working with relational databases. So you need to know SQL. You need to know what is a table, what's the primary and foreign key, how can I join tables, and so on. What's a CSV file? Like these complete standard stuff. Because teaching you this, I also don't teach this in the Academy. Like, I don't teach what's a CSV file. We're going to do a SQL course for data engineers, but that's not for complete beginners as well, right? When this comes out in 2 weeks, it's not like you can come in with zero. So yeah, that's the idea with this. You need to have a bit of knowledge before that, but it's not like that you need to be an expert in something. Yes, of course, the Academy also gets you access to the Discord channels. We support you there as well. But again, this one-on-one coaching, this one-on-one mentoring thing, that is not there. I need to be honest with you in this. That's the thing. After studying, what certificate can I receive and what projects can I achieve during the learning process? Are there any tests to test your knowledge? So you can always do our how's it called? I'm blanking right now. Our Associate Data Engineer certification. You can always do this in the Academy. Let me show you. Academy. No, I think it's in the all courses. So if you want, by the way, if you want to explore all the courses, all the projects, you can go learndataengineering.com to the Academy, go to all courses, and here every course is in here. And also here's the certification, our Associate Data Engineer certification. And with this you get a certificate. You can also get a certificate in the coaching. Here and there I also gave people who actually spend time building projects in the coaching, and who basically the best students who stay what's the right word? Who don't slack off, they then get a certificate. So that's how I've done this before. And for this, for this associate data engineer certificate, what we've done was we have basically, this is just for a big question and a question thing, Python, platform pipeline design, about data stores and schema design, Docker, APIs, Kafka Spark, a bit about lake houses, and then AWS and document streaming, basically a streaming project with Kafka Spark and MongoDB. And that's the associate data engineer certificate. So for this, for instance, you can do our data streaming project. That makes sense to do for this. Where do we have? Where you can build a whole pipeline from writing data to a API. Oh, I need to make this. Can I make this bigger here? Oh. Do I have this as an image here? For basically where you have an input client, you write data to an API, first on localhost, then as a Docker container, write this into Kafka, then have Spark notebooks actually process the data, write the data into MongoDB, and then have a Streamlit user interface where you then, like, where do we have an image of the user interface? Oh, there's an image missing. Where you then have a user interface and you watch this through Streamlit and you can explore the data. So these are the things that we do in the academy, which is as I said, very extensive. Like, we have complete projects. Also, we have stuff with Elasticsearch. We have a contact tracing app with Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch is something that is very helpful now with Gen AI. So a lot of people use this for RAG, for retrieval augmented generation, Elasticsearch. And this is a project where you create a data set where people visiting stores, and then you can basically write this into or index this through Elasticsearch, and then you can trace individual people where they went and so on. So it's a very cool project, this, for instance. And these are the things, this is how we build the projects in the academy. And as I said, on many platforms. Take a look, explore this. I think this will help you a lot. And then, as I said, you could also say, I want to first look at the academy, start with the academy, and then upgrade to the coaching. Yeah. Greg asks, is it just AWS? What about certification on Azure? So the thing is, this is not a getting certified on AWS, Azure, or GCP thing, the academy. I think there are a lot of good preparation courses for these certifications out there. There are also courses from the actual companies like AWS, like GCP, Azure out there. These are way better than, or way more, not better, way more geared towards getting the certification. Right? My goal with the academy and with the coaching was never to get you a certification, but get you hands-on knowledge that you understand, okay, how can I build these platforms? How can I build projects? How can I actually handle myself in a real-world scenario then? And not just learn towards getting a certification. Of course, once you have let's say you're doing the AWS project, or you're doing the GCP is also a very big project. You're doing these projects. You're going to have a lot of basic knowledge, and you're going to understand how everything fits together a lot better for the certification, because you don't have to start from zero. You have hands-on knowledge, so it's going to be easier for you. But these are not certification courses that we have, and these are not specifically geared towards getting you the certification. Let's quickly, like, when you look at, where's the GCP one here, because that's one of the newest ones. Like, here's what we're doing. Isn't there the image in here? Here. So basically what we're doing in the GCP one is we have the weather API and a public weather API, and you're going to learn how to build cloud functions. and use cloud scheduler and PubSub to actually then trigger these cloud functions. They read data from the weather API, write the data into a PubSub, into a message queue, and from there you use a cloud function to actually, you've set up a Cloud SQL database where you write the data into a Cloud SQL database. And from the other side, from Looker, you're going to create a dashboard and you're going to access the data. Like, these are the things that we're building. And I think these are the things that are super, super helpful for people to actually learn and grow on cloud platforms. Yeah, more questions. Again, as I said, coaching, that's something I want to focus also more. I think it's the one of the pillars that was missing from the academy for a long time, to allow people to get better help, get more in-depth knowledge, create connections to people, because you're going to see the other coaching students, you're going to be able to interact with them, you're going to understand what problems do they have, you're going to take away stuff from other discussions as well, and hopefully also then connect with these people over our Discord, and then learn better. Some people created learning, or how's that called? Not learning teams. Basically found learning buddies before. Also the sessions. One downside though. So here's one downside that we have right now. So the sessions for everybody in the US, the sessions will be morning sessions. Right? Because Rocky and I, we're in Germany, so we're 6 hours behind East Coast and we're 9 hours behind West Coast. So our sessions will be US most likely 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. So that's usually the thing. But I'm like Santiago is actually in Argentina. So he's more in your area, but we said, okay, now let's focus on early morning sessions, or 10 a.m. is not really early morning. Let's focus on morning sessions. If you're in a job, let's face it, most of us already work from home, do remote work. So how difficult is it to take an hour off and spend an hour on the coaching? It's not super difficult, and it's only once a week if you want. You could also join multiple times a week, but usually most students join once a week because it's enough. On the other, throughout or between the coaching sessions, you need to do work, right? It's not just like the coaching sessions alone will not help you, because you need to actually do something. You need to do the work. So that's the only thing that you need to keep in mind with the coaching. Coaching will be in the mornings or morning US sessions. It will not be evening sessions, because for basically evening for you is midnight, or is in the middle of the night for us here in the EU. That's the only thing. Sorry if you already said this, but are there any one-to-one sessions, or are they all with other students, or is this is a mix of these? No, these are all basically group sessions, group therapy, if you want it like this. Otherwise, this would not we would not be able to handle this. Like for that price. With many students, it would not be handleable. Handleable, is this a word? We would not be able to handle this. That doesn't work. I did this before I stopped the coaching. I actually did one-on-one sessions with a few students, but it's super draining. As a coach, you spend a lot of time and you jump from one session to the other, and it's like you can't support this. And as I said, if like for that price, if one-on-one sessions, we would need to charge, I would say, double or more than double for this, because and then it doesn't make sense. So these are group sessions. But again, we have the Discord, and you have our emails. So if there is something very private that you want to discuss, sometimes what I've done, for instance, is if it's something private that you don't want to share with others, then how I've always done this is you stay until the end, and we let everybody else drop off, and then you stay here, and then we discuss the private things that you maybe not want to share with others. That's what we've done before a lot, and that was also very good. But for doing one-on-one sessions, very difficult, very difficult. Yeah, guys. Again, check out the Academy, check out the coaching, data engineering coaching. I wrote here, forget boot camps. We're here for you all the way. We're here for you all the way, from learning the basics. Oops, wrong camera. We're here for you from learning the basics to doing projects, to the documentation. If you are running to interviews within these 6 months, and I always say apply as soon as possible. If you're running to interviews and you have questions about interviews, we're here to help. That's our main focus in this. Yeah. That's it. I don't know what to say more. I can stay on a few more minutes if you have more questions about this. Otherwise, I'm going to jump off and do something with the family, because this afternoon is actually something with the family, so I have to stop in 8 minutes anyways. Yeah. Academy, check out the cookbook. If you haven't looked at the cookbook, check out the cookbook. It's a free resource for you. We have a Substack. We have the podcast. Basically, we supply you with video over YouTube, both channels, my channel, with the podcast channel. We have the audio stuff on the audio podcast. We also put the podcasts into Substack articles where it's boiled down and you can quickly read them. So yeah. How can one have all these projects in GitHub as a portfolio? We have templates for GitHub, or basically one template for GitHub that shows you how you can document this in GitHub. Then you create a repo for every one of these courses, the projects that you do, and you put the source code in. We have source code for every project in the Academy, for every course in the Academy that has coding. We have source code, and you take this, put this into your own repo, do more documentation, add your own ideas, add your own thoughts, explain stuff there that you have, what you have experienced, and then you have your own projects documented. It's literally no big deal. The only thing that is the problem here is you. Usually, a lot of people just don't do this. They just don't do this, and it's a big bummer that people don't do this enough, because this helps a lot through the interview process. Like, yeah. Thanks a lot. You're welcome. I will start the process. Look into it, Dwayne. This will most likely help you. Now from here I can't see your profile, but look into it. And thank you. Maybe we see each other in the Academy. Maybe we see each other in the coaching. What we're most definitely can do is we can see each other on YouTube again and on LinkedIn. The next live stream will be next Tuesday, because we're doing every Tuesday, every Thursday. today I just started 1 hour early because I actually have to go. Usually these are US 10 a.m. These live streams start. And if you watch this live stream live, you can also join the coaching sessions because then it's literally the same time. So, yeah, have fun. I hope this helped you. Monday, we're most likely going to talk about SQL for data engineers because right now, actually, I'm preparing this course. Everything is developed. I'm preparing the recording and I'm going to start the recording next week. And then most likely end of the week, it's already done. So, yeah, see each other on YouTube. Write me, if you're on YouTube, write me in the comments what you think. If you have questions for me, write them in the comments. I'm going to answer them, and maybe I'm going to pack, or if it fits, I'm going to pack this into the next live stream. Get in touch if you have questions. Okay? I hope you have a great day, an awesome day. If we don't hear each other or see each other tomorrow on LinkedIn and so on, have a great weekend and check out the podcast that's coming out tomorrow.